When I heard they were making a sequel to this film, I had to see it. What's up, everybody? Back today to talk about Deathgasm! Yeah, that was my best heavy metal impression. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is two things I like. I do like heavy metal, and I like horror movies, obviously. Had to watch Deathgasm, kind of a horror comedy from New Zealand, from director Jason Lee Howden, and he worked on Peter Jackson's The Hobbit and the visual effects and stuff like that. Hasn't every filmmaker in New Zealand worked on those films? Yeah. But it's in the vein of the old Peter Jackson films, maybe a little bit of Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2 in there. You know, basically it's demons, it's slapstick, it's a lot of blood, gore, stuff like that, and heavy metal, of course, which I thought was the funny part. The story revolves around this guy. He winds up moving in with his cousin's family or something like that, and then he makes friends with this other heavy metal kid. They're both heavy metal kids. They start this band called Deathgasm, and from there they wind up summoning these demons by accident. It's pretty funny, the little, you know, tongue-in-cheek metal things going on. Kind of make fun of metal. They make fun of, you know, horror movies, a little bit of everything. Let's get into it a little bit, the good and the bad. First of all, the good parts, I did think some of it was pretty funny, actually, and, you know, I'm not a big horror comedy guy. Kind of reminded me of, like, a little bit of a live-action Beavis and Butthead, and I mean that in a good way. It was like that sort of, you know, metal thing with the goofiness and some of the annoying characters and just the guys kind of acting stupid around their band and everything like that. That was pretty funny. They had the metal daydreams, as I called them. I wish they would have had more of that, but you know, these guys, they kind of put on their headphones and then they get swept away to this, like, metal world. It's almost like a metal album cover or something, where they're, you know, girls at the guy's feet and he's ripping on guitar on the mountaintop. I thought that was cool. I wish they would have had a little more of that. And like I said, the humor is funny in some parts. The makeup effects, not too bad. You know, it's really over-the-top stuff, a lot of splatter, blood. You know, the demons looked pretty cool, I thought. I don't want to ruin too much for you, but the end, they have a little more special effects. And like I would say, Outer Limits quality makeup at the end. Not the greatest special effects I've ever seen, but it wasn't intended to be, because this movie is, like I said, intended to be slightly goofy. Not slightly, probably a lot goofy. And that kind of takes me to the bad parts. And it's not really a bad thing if you like those type of slapsticky horror movies like that. And, you know, I did like this one better than most of them. But at the same time, at the end, it just got to be a little too much. It just kept going on and going on. It's really crude. And that didn't bug me too much. But, you know, when you're killing people with dildos and stuff like that, it gets a little like, whatever. And, you know, it drug out a little bit. Not that I didn't like it. I liked the story in total and all that, and I am recommending, you know, you watch it if you like horror movies, especially if you like the splattery old Peter Jackson, you know, maybe like Evil Dead 2 and all that stuff. I think you'll like this one for sure, but, you know, it's nothing really new. It's nothing spectacular. I just found it somewhat enjoyable, so I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely, you know, one to put on the list. And if you like metal, you're going to like it. If you don't like metal, you might not like it too much because, you know, it's got the metal soundtrack. It's kind of metal-centered, obviously. So if you've seen Deathgasm, tell me what you thought down below, and I'll be back soon with another video.